introducing?
I thought you were. Go ahead.
Okay. Hi, I'm Peter Degnan. I'm Director of Merchandising for Housewares here at Brandless. Welcome to our Facebook Live with the buyers. I'm here with Sarah Shapiro. You can introduce yourself.
I'm the Director of Site Merchandising here at Brandless.
And we're here to talk to you about some of the tools that we currently have and some exciting new items that we're going to be releasing really soon. One we actually just released the end of last week that I spoke to a little bit about on my last Facebook Live. So we can get right to what we're currently selling in our utensils line, utensils and gadgets. Do you have a favorite before I go into it?
That's like picking a favorite child. It's
okay,
really hard.
Okay, so let's just go into, starting over here on the right, we have our can opener. And what's amazing about the can opener is it's got this amazing soft touch handle. So it's very easy to use, it's really soft, and it not only opens cans as it's in the name, but it also has this great bottle opener on the top. So you can actually open a bottle of soda or juice or whatever with that item. So it actually has two functions, not only just a can opener.
And it's super easy to use.
Really easy. A great mechanism. And again, I'm going to repeat this many times throughout this Facebook Live, but everything is $3. And it's an amazing a selection of items across the entire website. We're only going to focus on the housewares items today, utensils and gadgets and some cutlery items, but again, all of these are $3. Next, I'll let you speak to...
Do we want to talk pizza?
Sure, let's talk pizza.
Let's talk pizza. Well, that's great to be talking about with all the knives because you can cut all of your vegetables and make a really awesome vegetable pizza. And we have one of our favorite baking mixes is our gluten-free pizza mix, which whether you eat gluten-free or not, it's a fantastic mix. So while you're making your pizza, we've got an easy-to-use pizza wheel.
Yeah, and what's also great about the pizza wheel is two things. One, it actually has she has her thumb here. It's a little protector so that you don't cut your thumb when you're cutting the pizza. But also, you can use it for other things like cutting quesadillas. It's a great tool for that as well, to cut them into great triangles. And you don't have to get the knife out, but I'd love for you to get the knife out because I also carry the knives.
Well, while we're talking pizza,
we have our cheese grater. And what's great about this cheese grater is you can grate cheese. Sure. You can grate cheese not only in the air, not that it's terribly hard. You can grate cheese like this over whatever your any dish that you're wanting cheese on, but also has this nice little non-slip band right here, so you can put it directly onto your cutting surface or your cutting board, and you have a little bit more resistance, and you also have it's a little bit safer so that you have something stable to put the grater on, and you can grate your cheese like that. And again, what's amazing about this is how light and thin the cheese is when it comes off of the grater. And you can use the cheese grater for other things too. You can grate onion, you can grate cabbage, you can grate apple. Like if you're there's a great dessert where you mix granola and milk and yogurt with grated apple, and you can let it sit overnight and it gets really nice and soft, and it's a great breakfast in the morning. So don't just use this as a cheese grater, use it as for other things. And then we're on to...
Now we're peeling.
And actually, Helena, if you have a chance, can you grab me a bowl? Because I forgot to get the garbage bowl. So what's great about these, and I'm going to say great a lot because I am completely beside myself on how wonderful these tools are, how sturdy they are. Stainless steel, riveted handles, really sturdy, and I can't believe they're only $3. So a really great value for what you get. And so with the grater, with the peeler, obviously you can peel things like you can peel apple, you can peel potatoes, but what's also nice is on the end right here you can see you can get the eyes out of your potatoes. So those little parts that start to grow, if you have potatoes that are a little bit long, you've had them a little bit longer than you should, you can still go in there and you can take the eye out after you peel, and that's what that little pointed item, that pointed little tip is for. And it's a great tool.
We can say fantastic.
Fantastic, yes. I'll stop saying great. Actually, every time I say great, you get to hit me. How about that?
Oh, don't tell me. Okay, so now are we moving on to the bottle opener?
Yes.
Do you want to actually try and...
So it's just a very straightforward bottle opener. It just uses the inner part to take off the top of the bottle. This is sparkling water. But what's also great is you have this little tip here.
Am I hitting you?
No. Did I say great? Oh,
You
sorry.
said great. It's
Anyway.
okay.
So
They are great.
what this is used for is for opening up, let's just say, a can of condensed milk or something where it's like a soup can, and it will make a small hole in the top, like a triangular hole in the top on both sides, so that you're able to pour out the liquid from the can. So that's a dual function tool as well.
Dual functions for $3.
$3, yes.
Now, one of my favorite tools. First, we'll wait. We have a question.
Are there any other items that we can grate besides cheese?
Yes, apple, cabbage, carrots,
Chocolate.
chocolate. Chocolate's a great one to put over whipped cream or to grate into cake batter. Actually, there's a really famous cake where you grate a dark chocolate into a cake batter before you bake it. Actually, I'm going to use one of our carrots here to show you how to grate a carrot. But to make a carrot salad, to add some grated carrot to just a regular green salad, it's a great little addition. This is a white carrot, but again, it makes a really nice, really thin, really great addition to your salad. And you get to use a lot of different vegetables when you're making the salad if you can grate stuff into there. Any other questions at this point?
No.
We're good? Okay.
Now on to the tongs. I love cooking with tongs. And these with the silicone are fantastic for using in the hot pan as well.
And what's great, sorry, what's amazing
We'll get you
about
a
these
thesaurus
tongs,
before
exactly.
the next one.
Okay. What I love about the tongs is because of the silicone tip, it actually grips food really nicely, and it won't scratch any of your nonstick pans. So if you're going into a nonstick pan and you need to grab a piece of meat or a vegetable or something, as you're picking it up, it's not going to scratch because the silicone is scratch resistant to your nonstick. It's also nice when using with like a glass bowl. If you have a salad and you're mixing with a glass bowl, some people don't like the sound of metal hitting the side of a glass bowl. These are great tools, and they also lock. So you just close them, pull this little handle out, and it locks. So when you put it in the drawer, it's not going to fly open.
Perfect for
That's-
storing.
Your favorite tool?
Yes, I like those a lot. Whisk.
So the whisk, what's nice,
I need my imaginary bowl here.
I'm not going to say great. What's nice about this tool is that the weight of it and the balance of it is really nice. So when you're sitting there when we brought this in, we tested this a lot, and I've tested it since then, just to make sure that the balance of it is great and the weight of it is great, so that when you're doing something like whisking whipped cream, and I know if any of you have ever done that, it takes a while, and it's
a great arm exercise.
Exactly, it's a great arm exercise. It's actually less of an arm exercise with this one because it's so light and so balanced.
Yes.
You're putting less effort in as you whip the cream. So that was just a amazing finding when we started doing the testing on these.
And it's really nice that all of the handles are the same. So it looks like, you're buying like the whole collection when you buy the whole set together. So it doesn't feel like you bought this from one place, this from another. This will all look great whether they're in your drawer or on your counter. I like keeping a lot of my tools like up in a bain-marie or a container. So they're really easy to grab, and the fact that they all look the same is really nice.
And the other part of this, which is fantastic, is that the metal goes all the way through. As you can see from here, it goes all the way through, and it has a riveted handle. So the sturdiness and the how rugged these are, they'll last you a lifetime. Even though you're only buying these for $3, you're going to be completely surprised when you get these home and you start using them, and you're going to think, how do they do this for $3? It's an amazing line.
And all these are dishwasher.
Yes,
Great
all
to
of
put in the
those are
dishwasher
dishwasher
for the
safe.
tools.
Not-
Wonderful.
Not these.
We'll talk about knives
Yes.
and why we don't like putting them in our dishwasher later.
Or these.
Or those. But we have another question.
So Kevin says all for $3. How? How do we know?
So how do we know?
It's so great for $3.
You can totally trust these for $3.
Each for $3. Wow.
Yes.
So
I think we should respond to that.
and that's part of our mission is to cut out the middleman, to go direct and to give the best value to our customers. So that's what we've done. We've gone and found these items and sourced these items and developed these items so that we're cutting all of the the excess out, and we're basically giving them really good quality, really good materials, and a really good product at the end of it. And that's how we're able to get to the $3 price point. across all of our items, not only here, but across beauty and food and housewares and household cleaning and everything. And that's basically our mission from the beginning.
And with a lot of the tools, you're also just paying for the tool and not excess packaging. It's not being shipped in an
Correct.
oversized box or some really decorative box that explains something that
Right.
you don't need. All the information is on the site if you want to see more details about it. So I think we have one more tool. Do we want to
Yes,
talk about
again.
the?
So
Yeah.
this is our wine opener, really great, cast metal. I said great again.
I know.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. So and what's
We'll
also
work
this
on it.
actually has dual function as well. This actually has a bottle opener on it as well. So it's basically it's like a bar essential. So at the home bar, you have the wine opener, the winged wine opener, and then you have the bottle opener for other beverages, carbonated beverages that require you to take the top off. But this is an amazing tool. Again, $3. It's an amazing deal. Amazing. I'm going to keep saying amazing.
Amazing, perfect, great, nice. So which one do you feel like you use like every day and cannot imagine not having in your drawer?
Tongs.
Tongs?
I use the tongs
I think
nonstop.
that's great.
I use them for everything. Even getting stuff out of the toaster oven, toast, I use them to get those out because the silicone, it just makes it so much easier. Yeah, so I use that the most. I probably would say now the summer months, probably the ice cream scoop.
Yes.
A little too much right now.
No, it's good to have ice cream,
Or sorbet.
sorbet.
Yes. Or any other frozen.
You can also help scoop melon balls or cookie dough.
Oh, that's
This is
right.
like a good thing to know, like what size cookie dough you should use and keep them all
Exactly.
uniform.
Yes, that's the biggest
If you
thing.
like all things uniform.
When baking is when you're doing cookies, if they're not all uniform, some are going to overcook and some are going to undercook. So that's actually a great tip.
That's fun.
Nice job, Sarah.
Thank you. I try and
Yes.
add some information. Okay, so shall we talk
Utensils.
utensils?
So our utensils are predominantly made out of acacia wood. And acacia is a great wood. It has a lot of properties very similar to a teak and a walnut. It's from a sturdiness, from a hardness, from really great grain and color, but is much less expensive, which is why we can offer these at for $3. And these have a metal handle on them, on 3 of them, which is great because it has a great feel to it, and it gives it a little bit more sturdiness and a little bit more balance. But these, 3 right here, this is a turner. These are really good for, again, cooking with nonstick cookware or stainless steel. Some people don't use metal utensils even on their stainless steel because they don't want to see the scratches of the marks in their stainless steel that a metal utensil will use. So these are going to be used instead. And they're really great. We only have the essential items right now, the spoon, the slotted spoon, and the turner in the acacia heads. And looks like we have another question.
So we have someone asking to name each of the products on the table for people who are just tuning in.
Oh,
Okay.
sure. So I'll hold it up and we'll quiz Peter.
That's the can opener, but also opens bottles.
Okay, great. And this?
That's the pizza cutter.
But you could also cut quesadillas. I
You
like
can
that
also
tip.
use quesadillas on that, yep. Silicone tongs, great for nonstick cookware or stainless steel cookware. Definitely a workhorse in the kitchen.
Yes, and the locking ends.
Yep.
And then
The peeler, straight peeler, the head swivels, and then at the top, this little pointed area is for cutting out eyes or any blemishes in a fruit or a vegetable that you don't want that you're peeling can come out with that little pointed area. That's our bottle opener, and it actually is a can opener as well. And what it does is it doesn't open the total lid of the can, but it makes a triangle cut in the top of a can of like condensed milk or sweetened condensed milk or something like that, so that you can pour it out easily without having to take the lid off.
and all these $3. All of these have this soft touch. And then we have
The grater.
the cheese grater, but for so much more than cheese.
Yes, vegetables, carrots, cabbage, apples, you name it, you can grate with that and to make really great salads, or chocolate, as Sarah pointed out earlier. Our Whisk, which is one of my favorites because it is really lightweight, it's balanced, and it makes whipping cream that much easier. And it's a great tool to have in your, God, I said great again. I'm gonna stop saying great. Ice cream scoop or cookie dough scoop.
Cookie dough scoop.
And also Sarah pointed out you can use it to scoop out melon. which is another good trick. And
For
then,
really big melon balls.
our essential bar tool, which is our wine opener / bottle opener. Bottle opener at the top, and then use the wing part for the for removing a cork from a bottle of wine. And then we started off on the acacia head utensils here. So we have the solid spoon, and the turner.
The other reason I love these, I mean, we've got both. You might wonder why we have two different sets of tools. One of them silicone, but the other thing that's really nice about these, and it being a small collection, is it's great for like a hostess gift. You buy these 3 items, that's only $9, and then you can put it easily with one of our dishcloths or the oven mitt and some pasta
Or a knife.
Or a knife. There's so many fantastic pieces, and this is just tie a ribbon around it, and then if you're going to somebody's house for a summer party or staying over for the weekend, you can feel like you've added something that looks really nice. Like these are great ones that you would definitely want to like keep out on the counter and feel fine about that.
Absolutely. And what's nice, and I was going to tell this story later on, but I have twins that are going off to college, and one of them is going into an apartment, the other one's going into a dorm, and we're planning on buying this whole suite of products for my son who's going into an apartment because it's a great starter kit. So anybody who is going into their first apartment or going into a situation like that, this is a great thing for $3 each to buy this whole suite of product for them as a housewarming gift, or just to get them started.
Yeah, I mean, just the gadgets alone are under $30, and you would be hard pressed to find 3 gadgets for $30.
Exactly. Is another question?
And out of these, which ones are dishwasher safe?
So all of the wood is hand wash only. The bottle opener is hand wash only. And all of these are dishwasher safe. So everything right here is dishwasher safe. So from the can opener to the ice cream scoop are dishwasher safe.
And wood tools in general, you're not going to put in your dishwasher just because that's not safe. It can cause bacteria. So wood tools in general, you're not going to put in the dishwasher.
Correct.
Same with knives. So we'll talk about that.
Yeah, you'll get cracking, and it just won't have the same feel and the softness that it has right now. So going on to the silicone head utensils, we have everything from a solid spoon and a slotted spoon to a pasta fork. It's funny, they call this a pasta fork. And I grew up knowing that it's a pasta fork, but some people say pasta scoop. But it's perfect.
Spoon.
Yeah, pasta spoon. And what's great is it's great for picking up your cut pasta like spaghetti, linguine, fettuccine, because they kind of get not caught in here, but it helps to pull them up. It's almost like using your hand to pull pasta out and to serve it as well. It's not only great for tossing the pasta with the sauce, but also for serving as well. And it's really nice to bring to the table. It's really attractive with the acacia wood.
And they're a great neutral color, so they're going to go in really anybody's kitchen.
Exactly.
So what heat are we good cooking with this up to? Like, how does this handle heat, our silicone?
So that goes up to about 400 degrees.
Okay.
Yeah, so anything that's on the stovetop, you're going to be fine.
Perfect.
Yep.
And again, this is like a really nice set that all works well together, looks great, all if you keep it on the counter, or easy to store if you put it in storage.
That's another question.
Is there a bundle price for everything?
We do have the tools and gadgets in different bundles, but the price is still, because we're able to do the $3 for tools, which is unbelievable, but we don't discount on top of that, so you're still getting that bundle. The bundle is for easy shopping, so it gets everything in your basket as quickly as possible, but of course you can go into the bundle, and also if you have a spoon and you don't need that particular item, although I don't know why you wouldn't want another spoon, you could easily just take an item out. So maybe if you've already bought our spoon before and tested it and don't need to order another one, you can easily take them out of the bundle. So the bundle is just there to help you understand like what all goes together and an easy way to add everything to cart.
Great.
So do we want to talk?
So yeah, we can talk about the knives now. So we just launched, in my last Facebook Live, we talked about, and I gave you a little sneak peek at this. This is our Santoku with the hollow ground or Cullens, depending on who you ask what these are. And what this does is it keeps the vegetables and meat from sticking to the blade. Sometimes when you're cutting a lot, you'll see that the blade will get a little bit sticky from the vegetable or from the meat, and what that does is it creates an air pocket so that the vegetables and everything just kind of fall off to the side.
You need to teach me how to cut better.
Well, actually, let's first talk about how to hold the knife.
Yes.
So we talked about this at the last one. Clearly, Sarah wasn't paying attention the last time we did Facebook Live. So what you want to do is you want to rest your thumb, and actually we designed the handle so that when you can put your thumb right there, so choke up a little bit.
Well, that's the nice thing that everybody can see. We clearly do not have the same size hands.
No, but it works in both of our hands.
Right. It's still comfortable in my hand. It doesn't feel like, even though I have the end here, it doesn't feel too big, and your hand fits differently on it, and it's still.
And then you want your other finger on the other side.
Okay.
There.
Not slicing
right?
it.
Not
Yeah.
slicing it. So that when you come down on your fingers are out of the way,
Yep.
and
And I
you
know
have
what to
better
do this
leverage.
Oh, that is easier.
And you can see how the vegetables just kind of slide off to the side.
Yeah, so the other thing, like, if you didn't use the Santoku knife, it's always annoying that you always have the piece sticking, and you
Yes.
have to, like, wonder if you should push it down or just keep letting it fall.
Correct.
Okay,
And also,
that's great.
a tip, I'm
Nice
just going to
even
remind everybody,
clean cuts.
if you didn't watch last time, what I started with is putting down a wet hand towel or kitchen towel from Brandless before putting down the cutting board. And what that does is it keeps the cutting board from moving around. So you have a nice stable cutting surface so that you're not having to worry about the blade or the cutting board slipping away from you, which is very dangerous. So this is a great little tip for how to keep your cutting surface from moving.
Great.
And then we're going to move on to, we're very excited to announce we're going to be carrying.
You like announcing things every
I know,
single time you go on
exactly.
Facebook Live, but that's
what
great.
Elena wants me to. That's why she
I know.
invites me to do these things. Is our Nikiri knife. And Nikiri knife is a Japanese style knife.
So it looks like parts missing, right?
It looks like a part is missing.
But it's not.
But it's not.
Okay,
But thanks for pointing that out.
sure. I like to
so-
point out the obvious.
Exactly. Anyway, so this knife, what it's designed for is for cutting vegetables, fruits and vegetables. And the way that the knife is designed, it looks very much like a cleaver. It's got great weight, great balance. I wish you could hold it because it is just an amazing knife. And it's meant to come straight down onto the vegetables. And what's really also amazing about this knife is because of the shape, when you're done cutting your vegetables, it actually works, it helps you to pick up the vegetables and to put them into wherever you're putting your mise en place or your what you've already prepped. So all the vegetables that are going into a large bowl or into the pan, because it's such a wide surface area and because it's so blunt, it actually works to help move the product to wherever you're cooking.
And I'm noticing that since it is the flat bottom, like I'm using, like the hand motion almost feels a little bit different than with the Santoku knife that we just used.
Correct. You have a little bit more rocking motion with the Santoku, where this one you're just coming straight down, or almost like a slicing motion.
That's great.
Yep.
And again, just like our tools, the blade basically goes all the way through,
Yeah,
right?
so this is a full tang, which means that the blade goes all the way through the handle, and that's again for stability, for balance, and it has a riveted handle, which is really great because it stays, it's a very, I keep saying great, I'm trying to think of another word, amazing characteristic of the blade, or of the handle, because it will last for a long time. That's a good knife, always has a riveted handle, and also has a full tang. So these are really great. Say it again. It's a really good knife, and you will love it. So
It's
as soon as it goes on the
starting,
website, and we're not really sure, it's coming soon.
Hopefully, yes. Let's say, like, if you're not, you can sign up for the back in stock email today.
Yep.
So if you go to the website now, you'll actually see a little spot where you can email yourself. So you will know the second it is live on our site, which will hopefully be next week. And this is also like the same soft touch, right? So
It is, on all the knives.
It's really comfortable, especially if you're going to be doing a great summer salad and you're chopping a ton of vegetables. You don't have to worry about it feeling really uncomfortable.
Right.
And I feel like if you're working with a lot of water or you're getting hot and sweaty, like when you're still cutting, like it's not going to slip. Okay.
And I can't believe it's only $3. I mean, when you get it and you pick it up and you feel it with any of these tools, specifically, because we're talking about the Nikiri because it's new, you're going to be blown away that this knife is only $3. So we're very excited by it. really would love if you guys have bought the Santoku or any of our knives or any of the tools. Let me know what you think about them, how you've been using them. But yeah, specifically, once you get the Nikiri, I would love to for you to let me know how you like it and what you're using with it. There's another question.
Let's see it make it work with the tomato.
Is that your question or someone else's?
No, it's from Scotty Jacobs from San Francisco, California.
Hi, Scotty.
He says, let's see it make work of that tomato.
All right.
And then Rakesh said, yes, do it.
Yes? Okay. So we did this in the last test on using a tomato to see how well, how sharp a knife is. So one way to test it is basically using just the weight of the knife, not putting any effort into it, and just bringing it across the knife or bringing it across the tomato. You can see
Look at
it
that
just cuts
slice.
right through the tomato. So it makes quick work of the tomato just using the weight of the knife. And so that's pretty amazing that it just
You
cut through
basically
so
did like,
quickly.
what is that, a Hasselback tomato?
I made a Hasselback potato. So yeah,
oh,
so it's.
chef humor.
Can we get somebody else next?
We sit next to each other in the office, so maybe
Every
we
day.
get
Every day.
yes, maybe
Anyway.
it's a little bit too much. But okay, $3 for this knife.
Yes.
Which any of these knives, I mean, normally you're spending like double digits, $30 or more. Like $3 isn't even usually the tax on a knife, and these are like nice quality knives.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about, it's a $3 knife, but you still want it to last. Like
Exactly.
we still believe these aren't knives that you're going to use once or twice and then get rid of. So how do we really take care of these knives?
So starting with, what you want to do is always hand wash, and then dry the knives. That'll extend the life of the knife. That's first and foremost. Second, what you want to do is you want to get a nice cutting board. I recommend a wood cutting board, something like this, which is acacia, because what it'll do is it will keep the blade from wearing out faster. So when you use a hard surface like someone asked about using glass or a hard plastic,
Or right on the marble.
or right on the marble, it's really bad because it'll make your knife dull faster, and at that point you're not even going to be able to hone the blade. You're going to have to go right to sharpening, and every time you sharpen the blade, it's taking metal off of the blade, which shortens the life of the knife. And what you want to do is every single time you use your knife, you want to hone the blade or hone the edge.
So can we talk about that?
Yes. So we
What
actually.
is this item here?
This is our honing steel, and we just started selling this last week.
Yes.
Correct. And what this will do is it will take your blade from where it's starting to feel like it's not as sharp as when you first got it. It'll bring it back to that sharpness. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do a little.
So it looks like it's like textured, right? All
It is.
around
So this is a hardened steel.
Okay.
And it has a texture to it. It's harder than the blade on the knife.
Okay.
And what that is going to do is as you use your knife, the blade of the knife tends to curve over to one side or the other. And that's just normal from repeated use, chopping and slicing and cutting. And what you want to do is you just want to straighten the blade back out.
Okay.
This is not going to take any metal off of your blade. It's just going to put the blade back to its original edge,
Okay.
back to an edge.
So you do this every time you get your knife out when you're ready to.
Pretty much. I mean,
Prep?
it takes take it out to do one thing, maybe not, but
Okay.
I do it, and the more that you use the knife and the more that you're familiar with your knife, you'll start to feel when it isn't as sharp as it could be,
Right.
or as it should be, and that's when you're really going to want to do the honing. And so what we're going to show today is just
Okay.
a really simple way, and probably the safest way of honing your blade. So I want you to
please
take
keep me safe.
So I want to put your towel down
Okay.
right here, and then what you want to do is you want to hold your honing steel upright like this.
So I'm right-handed, so I'm holding in my left hand. Good.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. And then what's been nice about how this is designed is you want to do it at basically between like a 15 to 20 degree angle when you come down on
With the knife?
with the knife. And
Is it okay if I do the Santoku?
That's fine.
Okay.
And so what you want to start at the heel of the knife, which is
Okay.
right here. And what's great is, as you can see, there's two different sides. There's a flat side, and then there's
Yes.
a thinner side. So because of the angle that it gives you for the knife here, that's the perfect
Oh.
angle.
Perfect.
That winds up,
Nice.
so you want to start all the way, a little bit up further, a little further, no. You want to get that
Oh,
part? Yeah.
that, okay.
And then what you want to do is, with not a lot of pressure, you just want to
Right.
bring the knife down. Can you hear that?
I hear that.
And then you just want to do it, and then do the other side. You do it like 3 or 4 times
Okay.
on each side.
Yeah. And should it be even? Like if I do 2 on one side, 2 on the other?
Yeah, and
Okay.
what's better actually, what I should have said is do one and then the other side, and then do one side and then the other side.
Right.
And then at the end, you wash the blade off, or you can just wipe it off, and then you're ready to start cutting again.
Oh, great.
Yeah. And that's our holding seal. And again, this is only $3, and I really recommend you getting it, because whether you have these knives or any other knife, this is the proper way of maintaining your knives. But I think that
And it works on all of them. The Nakiri, the Sentoku, our
the
chef's knife.
the paring knife, it doesn't work on the serrated.
Okay.
The serrated, we're trying to figure out a solution for that. But at this point, we only
I have
have it
faith.
for... What's that?
I have faith. I know
Yes,
you can do
I
it.
know we can figure this out. But and then after this, if you hone your blade and it doesn't seem to have that edge again, and you've been honing it regularly, you may, and the edge is not coming back, you may need to go and have it sharpened. We're working on a sharpening solution as well, but until then, if you're familiar with whetstones or sharpening tools, that's what you go to next to get to a sharper blade on your knife. But if you do this regularly, it'll prolong the amount of time you need to sharpen your knife.
Right. And you're probably going to continue to cut through vegetables or whatever you're
Correct.
cutting so much easier, just like
Yes.
the first time you bought it.
Yes.
Great. Now you've caught me onto saying it.
Great.
Fantastic. Do we have any other questions? We want to hear from everybody. Let us know where you're watching us from. If you've tried Brandless, what your favorite Brandless products are, and what you are learning today, and maybe any other questions you have that we haven't shared yet.
I'd like to plug something. It's
Okay.
not even in my area. If you haven't tried the kettle chips, oh my goodness.
I don't like potato chips, and I love them.
I love potato chips, and these skyrocketed to the top of my list. The texture.
So which flavor is your favorite? So we have 3 different flavors.
The jalapeno. And I typically am not a huge heat person.
Right.
And I tried them reluctantly. They're so
They're
good.
really good.
So good.
I like the sea salt and vinegar.
I haven't tried the
The
sea salt
salt-
and vinegar. I've
the
only
salt
tried the
and
sea
vinegar.
salt and I've tried the jalapeno. So I'll try the sea
They're
salt.
delicious.
Awesome.
They're great. And they're perfect for summer barbecuing, cookouts. That's one of my favorite new products.
And the
too.
cookout where you've used all of my utensils and all of my knives and everything here.
Yes. Although I'll get a little personal, I also just got the foot cream. Oh my gosh, wait, this mint foot cream, and it has eucalyptus in it. So you put it on at night, and then you put your cotton socks on over it. And number 1, I'm like good to go to work out in the morning because I've already got my socks on, and my feet are so soft. And let's talk about knives. Any other questions? Anything else? Okay. Should we?
Are we wrapping this up then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you guys covered basically everything.
I mean, your
Foot
kitchen,
cream, potato
yeah.
chips, knives. Yes.
Separate from all that, but just like the tools, I mean, you like all the stuff you have laid out here, and this isn't even our whole, like we haven't even talked about the porcelain dinnerware, disposable tabletop. We haven't talked about our great tree-free napkins, which are
Hand soap.
fantastic. The hand soap, dishwashing,
We
cleaning.
could go on and on.
Oh my
and on.
gosh. But just this fills up a whole table. It's all $3 each. The dishcloths you even get 2 for $3.
Yep.
I mean, it's really fantastic to stock. Your kitchen, like you mentioned, your kids going off to school, first apartment. It's really great. The other is I also have really little kids I like to cook with, and I don't have to work, both kids want the same spatula. Like I don't have to go out and buy like 2 $9 spatulas and spend $18. Like I can get them the same spatula, and it's easy.
I like
and
how
I
you
can
did the math in your head like that.
I
That was fantastic.
can do math. Usually I
Very
need
nice.
a calculator.
Yeah.
Usually I need a
Or you
calculator.
need to take your shoes off.
And count my fingers and toes. But if I took my shoes off, it'd be fine. I have such
please don't talk
soft feet
about
right now.
Anyway,
Okay, that's when we'll wrap it
we're
up.
going to wrap it up now.
After we've embarrassed,
Thank you
I've
very much.
embarrassed myself. You're
Yes,
fine.
you have, all the time.
Okay.
Okay, well, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time when we do a Facebook Live. And have a good day, everybody.